was awesome. So look at this group. All these beautiful, gorgeous people changing lives around the country. How good does that feel? Hello! Now, we're going to play a little game. It's kind of fun. You can keep holding your phones up in the air. Oh my God, look at it. Back in 1976, you would not have seen this. So I'm going to split the group right in half, right there. So everybody on this side, all right, when I point to everybody from over here, you're going to yell the word Beachbody. Can you do that for me? We're going to practice. Ready? You people, shut up. Beachbody! Very nice. Let's try it again. Maybe a little louder. Beachbody! Now over here, it's going to be team. Are you ready?
Team! Team!
Beachbody! Oh, that was good. Because usually I trick the crowd. I'll go like this. I'll go. You get a kind of a screwy mess, right?
Team! Team!
Tommy, drop it, give me 20 right now. And 20. You're good. You're good.
Now we're going to do it standing up and jumping with our arms in the air. Everybody get up. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. With the phones. By the way, that's going to be just the shittiest footage in the world. All right, so get them up. Let's go. Get them up. Get moving. Start breathing. Now you know your task. Here I'm pointing to this group. Over here. And here. I didn't say stop jumping. Simon says keep your asses moving. Freaking wasted. Rather do jumpy tucks, I'm telling you. I had too much for lunch. Hey, you like my new glasses? TonyHortonsWorld.com. There you go. We're going to be selling them on the site pretty soon, too. 3 models, they're pretty. Okay, that's enough shilling for my products. So how do you feel after the jumping up and down? See, here's the thing. When you move your buttocks, and everything else is attached to your buttocks, you change your brain. Now, to be a Team Beachbody coach, you need a very productive brain. Because when you don't move, when you don't exercise, and you eat a bunch of crap, your brain is clogged. It doesn't work as well. You can't be as productive, and you can't be as creative. The goal here is to change the world. Are you up for that? Yes! So you change the world by being an example of the products you're trying to share with other people. Does that make sense? So physical movement, what does it do? It changes your brain because you release norepinephrine. That's a drug you have to go to the pharmacy for. All you gotta do is this. Insanity, yoga booty ballet, body beast, I don't care what it is. We created products on either end of the spectrum because everybody is different. Unlike Martians, they all look the same. What's up with that? The big eyes and the gray faces, what? Oh, freaking ectomorphs, every one of them. Ectomorphs, is that the skinny? Yeah, they're the skinny ones. So, but us human beings, and we here at Beachbody, we figured, okay, everybody's different, so we need different products for different folks, because the idea is just try to stay interested. The idea is to try to stay motivated, because if you have a lot of variety in your fitness, you avoid boredom, injuries, and plateaus. Anybody ever suffer from any of those 3 things, maybe all at once? I've been on that elliptical for 9 damn months. You know what? Who owns an elliptical? Who owns one? Raise your hand. You have one? Take it, grab it down to the sidewalk, light that on fire. Watch it burn. How many kids in the room? Have I just offended parents? Any kids? Any kids in the room? Oh, mommy, I don't think that was a very good word. It's the first time I've used the F word all week, so it's good for me. I am who I am. That's why you got in a workout. Seemed like the appropriate thing to do at the time. I go to an airport, just some guy walking down, oh, doesn't want a picture, not an autograph, just a right, I'm right there with him, you know. But seriously, folks, you're the tip of the spear when it comes to change. Government, they're not doing a very good job. I was just in Washington the last 2 days, there's a lot of this. There's not a whole lot of much going on, right? They'd love to be able to make change, you know. I mean, look what happened. They finally got off their asses when it came to cigarettes, and there's less people that smoke. Wow, why not create an initiative that gets more people to move their butts? But until they figure it out, it's up to you. Right? And so the purpose here is to figure out a formula as a coach that works really well for you. So I'm going to do P90. I hear Sean T's doing P90X. Is that right? Yeah. What a stud. That is stud-like. Let's hear it for Sean. Enjoy. So you have to figure out what you need to do. Who drinks their Shakeology every single day? Those first 2 weeks are a bear, though, aren't they? Oh my gosh! Oh, boy, Greenberry, man. I'm suffering from Greenberry gasomatic right now. Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. But after the first 2 weeks, you can kind of loosen up a little bit. Weight comes off, you feel like $1 million, you can do any workout you want. But that first 2 weeks, boy, it's just I'm not going to that cocktail party tonight, just know it. I have the chocolate shake. I have the vegan. Oh boy. But, you know, it's like anything. Transition isn't necessarily hard. I mean, it's helping you flush out stuff from the 80s, you know? I mean, who knows what happened then? You got some Spandau Ballet stuff going on in there. Oh, yeah, what? Spandau Ballet. Yeah. You don't know what that is? That means you're younger than I am. I was with a friend of mine, and a Zeppelin song came on. Oh, this is awesome. What is this? I don't know. I almost threw up in my mouth. I don't know who that. Stairway to Heaven, are you freaking kidding me? I digress again. But being more serious, so you're obligated, you're a coach. Your job is to exercise 5 to 7 days a week until you're 109 years old. And on your 109th birthday, smoke a bowl and go, who cares, right? You're 109, all your friends are dead. Pot's legal around the world, man. Doesn't matter. I mean, I'm kidding here, but look, you have to have an amazing story to tell. You know, if you're a coach, you have to say, I was somebody who lost 60 pounds, 70 pounds. Richard Neal, he had a shirt on last night, 242. He lost 242 pounds. I can't get rid of the last 10. Shut up! Shut up! Richard Neal lost 242. I just spit over that whole first row. See, whoop, came right out. You didn't know you can get there's some DNA removal right there. I went to a seminar and I got a shower. It was fantastic. I'm ready to go. So, because it's really, really hard as a coach if you're not walking the talk, right? Does that make sense? And nobody likes a coach that loses weight, gains weight, loses weight, is fit, isn't fit, and you know who you are. I'm not going to look at you. You know who you are. Who here works out every day? They know it's important to make them an awesome human being. 5 to 7 days a week, bang, you go. Who does not? Who's in that 2 to 3 days a week? You don't have to lie because I can't read your minds. All right, there's an honest arm in the air. Right, so you don't want to suffer from exercise bipolar disorder. That's what happens to you when you exercise. You release norepinephrine, dopamine, serotonin, brain-derived neurotropic factor. It's your friend, that brain-derived neurotropic factor. Molecules and proteins sitting inside of the brain, waiting for you to move your butt. And when they do, they're vibrating in there. Oh my God, he's starting to move. This is awesome. Oh, I'm a molecule. There's protein. Let's have sex. Come on. Yeah. Oh, protein. We're inside the hippocampus right now. This is freaking awesome. Oh. And what happens is that hormone stop. That's really freaking me out. Okay, I'm good. Holding for the laugh. Holding for the laugh. Feels good. But this is science. It's comedic science, but it's true. Each and every day you decide to move your butt, you release the norepinephrine, the dopamine, the serotonin, and this brain-derived neurotropic factor. And what that is, it creates neurogenesis inside the brain. So if you're over the age of 23, 24, 25, anybody older than 23, 24, or 5, raise your hand. Damn straight. Got to move your ass. Guess what? Who's under that age? Who's below 23?
You lucky bastard. Tick-tock, you're gonna be 50 before you know it. Yeah, enjoy your
dentate gyrus that produces brain-derived neurotropic factor. You're just waking up and yawning in the morning. But for the rest of us, we have to work out. Does it have to be, a 90-minute P90X yoga routine? No. Which is sad. That's why we've got T25. You got excuses with T25? No. You got excuses with 10-minute trainer? No. So the idea here is to be consistent, like you are with breathing, like you are with brushing your teeth. Skip brushing your teeth for 3 days. How does that turn out? Dude, get a toothbrush in that mouth, will you? Skip sleep, skip a meal. You know how it affects your body. We are raised to believe that brushing our teeth, eating 3 meals a day, and getting regular sleep is how we're going to survive on this earth so that we can have a life. But what you're doing there is just surviving. If you want to thrive, if you want to have an amazing life, if you want to be an example to others on how to feel incredible, it's not just this. It's not just that. Or is it? It's about the mental and emotional shift that happens when you exercise on a regular basis. You did that jumping up and down for a few minutes, but you have to really commit to something every single day, 5 to 7 days a week. You get a day off. You know, every single one of your meals doesn't have to be vegan, vegetarian, perfect, but if 80 and 90% of your meals are great, then have that gorgeous piece of key lime pie that just gets so, I'm going to just take a moment. Or a beautiful, gorgeous, hot chocolate chip cookie out of the oven. But, whoa! Little mini moment. You know, so it really is those two things. It's about food and fitness first. You're as good as your last workout and you're good as your last meal. And if you want to be an effective coach, if you really want to change lives, if you really want to affect your family, and the people at work, and the people in your community, and you want to start making a dent in this health crisis, in this obesity crisis, then it's up to each and every one of you to be an awesome, incredible example of the products that we sell at Beachbody. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's not sometimes on, sometimes off because your main goal is to be a Shakeology salesman. That's not it. That's not it. It's not what it is. Because your career will be short-term. You have to live by example. And you don't have to be ripped and doing backflips and plyometric push-ups and all that kind of thing, but you do have to have some semblance of living the lifestyle. Because we're not selling makeup and we're not selling snow tires here, even though both are very important. I have some on now. And for workouts, I just carry snow tires, which is... Mild laugh on that one. That wasn't a good joke. Sympathy laugh, that's fine. All right, I appreciate it. I'm old. A couple other things, too, that I think are sort of important for everybody. When it comes to, acquiring customers, I'm not going to sit here and talk about the importance of webinars and building your business. That's, that's for your leaders to do. But really what's really important, I think, more than anything, is making sure that when you're dealing with new people and you're bringing them into the fray, think of how you were brought in. What was the techniques that brought you into this process? What was it about the person that came to you and said, you know what, there's this really amazing opportunity and I think you really enjoy it, and I know you're not necessarily happy with your lifestyle, you're not necessarily happy with your income, you're not necessarily happy with work, and there's a lot of trials and tribulations in your life. There's something here that is super important. Think about being as authentic as you possibly can. There's a lot of bling and there's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on there to try to bring people in. And the only reason why I'm on the stage is because I'm a goofy nutbag who exercises hard. I mean, that's truly it. You know what I mean? I don't hide behind anything. I don't try to pretend anything other than what I am. And that seems to work for a lot of people. For other people, it just pisses them off. I don't know. That guy's a clown. I'm hitting the mute button, So that is really, really important. And I think another thing, too, that's really important as well is don't be afraid to fall down again and again and again. You're going to have good days where you have, some success, and you're going to have other days where you're just going to fail. It's just going to be really brutal. That happened to me, and you're going to have some days you're just not in the mood, and that's fine. But look at your week, look at your month, look at your year, and look back and say, yeah, there was some consistency here about who I was and what I did and how hard I worked. And don't be a perfectionist. If you're a perfectionist, you'll never get in shape, you'll never stick to your diet, and you'll never be able to build this business. A lot of people who look at that hour-and-a-half yoga workout, who here just loves that hour-and-a-half yoga workout, P90? Woo! Who just wants to run to my house and stab me in the face with a gun? You picture me stabbing in the face with a gun? Guns don't kill people, it's that stabbing motion. That will really screw you up. So guess what? It's your job to understand what is T25. What is it unique about it? You look at it, you own it, you have it, it's in your quiver, this is important. So when somebody says, well, what's the right thing? Well, you know, I've got T25 right now, and it's 25 minutes, and it's hardcore, but that's the reason why it works, and here are the reasons why it should work. Other people say, I don't have time for 25 minutes. Well, I got 10-minute trainer. Shut up. 10-minute trainer, nothing works with 10-minute trainer. Well, 10 minutes beats the crap out of 0, right? And so I've met already at least a dozen people this week who said, I've lost, you know, 40 pounds, 60 pounds from doing 10-minute trainer. And it wasn't because they didn't have the time, because we all have time. That whole time thing is bullshit. People don't work out because they hate it. And let's face it, exercise sucks. Right now, I'm afraid exercise sucks. I mean, there's how many people just, oh man, I cannot wait to run to my workout, kick the living crap out of myself, and then feel like I've just been run over by a car the rest of the day. Who loves that? Raise your hand. You are freaks. Freaking freaks. Born from Nazis. Masochist Nazi freaks. The pain thresholds of a freaking alligator. Who here finds the process of putting on the clothes and setting the time and and doing the, oh God. Who finds exercise a difficult process? Raise your hand. Yeah, raise it up. It's part of the workout. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. So it's about variety. That'll keep you from getting bored, hurt, or plateau. Anybody suffer from any? I've already asked that. Or else you look. Never mind, I didn't say it. Back it up. Never happened. This is like my 9th one, and I'm thinking, did I already ask? My 9th, you know, I'm saying the thing, same things. He said that 3 times. He's old. He's fit, but he's dumb as a post. I think Tony, is there ginkgo biloba in Shakeology? Because if there isn't, Tony needs to do that. Thank you very much. So for the rest of us that find exercise to be a difficult process, you know, you've got to understand that variety will keep you in the game. It'll prevent those things from happening. Consistency is everything, because you don't want to end up with exercise bipolar disorder. And you know, sometimes you don't want to feel great and feel bad, lose weight and gain weight. I mean, it's just a miserable and awful process. And the other thing is about accountability. Finding people in your life that want to do it with you. And sometimes you have a spouse or a girlfriend or something, or a boyfriend who's just not into it, and that's kind of frustrating. So you have to go online. You have each other. You know, I mean, we talk about the message boards. A lot of folks are you know, use the message boards. Use Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, any means in which to connect with people to stay motivated. And because when you do, you will have the energy and enthusiasm and the desire to take this to the next level. Who here in the room is a full-time coach? That's all you do. Raise your hand. Small number. Small number. Who, listen closely to this question, who would like that? Raise your hand. There you go. Other people, there's a group who say, you know what, I want to be a part-time coach, I love it, I dig it, but I also love my job. Who's that? Raise your hand. You got a pretty good gig. Handful of folks. Lifeguard. Prostitute over there. We're in Vegas. So we got lifeguard and prostitute. Wow, that's we got barely enough time for coaching. So we got folks of different, you know, different desires here in the room, and the idea here is 1, take care of yourself. Make sure that you're a walking billboard for the products. Know the products. I mean, know them all, so that way you can talk about them, you know, intelligently. That's really important. Make sure you're drinking Shakeology, you know, even though initially it's going to be hard, because it is the healthiest meal in the day for 99.9% of all Americans, because they're just eating garbage. And then next, after you've kind of got your act together, after you've got your story to tell. All I am is a story to tell. I was a kid with a speech impediment who had no ambition, who didn't graduate from college, who figured out along the way that it really wasn't about that so much for me, but what it was about for me was that if I moved and ate better, I had more energy and enthusiasm to be where I am standing now. And that can happen for anybody. Think about it. The 2 things you control, 2 things. Whether you work out or not and what you put in your mouth will change your life. Will change your life. not higher education. It doesn't, you know, it is for some people. But I know a lot of people, you know, graduated from Harvard and Ivy League schools that, you know, live in a van down by the river. So. It's about your personality. It's about your ability to connect with people. It's about your level of enthusiasm and how you know these products inside and out. And it's about your story. I was overweight, now I'm not. I was out of shape, no I'm not. I had all these illnesses, now I don't need my meds anymore. These are stories that people see firsthand. They don't have to go to the website to see it. They don't have to watch it through an infomercial. They see it through you because you're real, you're in front of them, and that will get people excited. And when you begin to do that, you change their lives, income starts rolling in, and now you're part of the solution and you're not part of the problem anymore. And how freaking great is that? Thank you. I love you too. I can't even see you, but I love you just because you love me, and that's enough. I want to finish by saying, and I have to run off to do my next thing here, but I want to finish by saying thank you, thank you, thank you for having the courage to sign up for Summit, for being here, for, you know, planes, trains, and automobiles brought you here. It's not easy. There's a lot of people like you that got this close to coming, but they had some really awesome excuse. Bullshit. That they couldn't be here. And so they're going to learn nothing. They're going to be stuck where they are, struggling with their health and wellness, not knowing how to build their business, and that's what this was about. It's about networking. You've got a phenomenal group of super enthusiastic people in this room. Spend as much time with each other and share what you know and help each other. There are people that have the knowledge to no longer work for the man and to do this on their own. And if you want a piece of that, who here is in the room has got their own full-time coach business? Raise your hand again. Look around, look at their faces, talk to them, work with them, ask them questions. They know what to do, they're there. They're no different than you. They're not smarter than you, they're not prettier than you. Well, they're a little prettier than you. They're a little smarter than you because they have information that you don't have. Same thing with P90X on day one. All right, 24 sets of chest and back. Is this guy an asshole or what? This is not cool. Pull-ups and push-ups for an hour, back on the shelf. 6 months later, God damn it. So your business is going to go like that. But if you're in the game, I'm begging you, a lot of folks who are coaches, they say they're coaches, will let 4 or 5 days go by and they don't work on their business, not at all, not zero. I'm asking you to put an hour in. I'm asking you to put a half an hour in a day. If you want this business to grow, and you want to change more people's lives, and you want to be part of the solution, and no longer part of the problem, then put in that half an hour. Get on the phone, get on email, get on social media, talk to other coaches who are making this happen, and just do that half hour a day. I swear to God, it'll change your life. It'll change your life, it'll change the lives of people around you, and you'll be the folks above and beyond the government and pharmacies and doctors that will save this country. You have that ability. And I just want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for working really hard.